You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose, and you know what makes me happy? What makes me happy is when you guys are making money. Today is Friday, January 23rd, and throughout this week and even last week, we've been talking about solar. We want to be long solar. We shared a free trade in solar with all of you guys. I think it was last week or maybe earlier in this week in CSIQ. I'm going to go over that trade today. I'm also going to go over a trade that we took off in our advanced notice community and run because solar is running. Also, welcome everybody. I got the chat up. Hope you guys are all doing great. I want to share something that I did last night as well. I have been, you guys don't know this about me, but I am absolutely obsessed with boxing. I'm obsessed with boxing, and I've been training probably for about 2.5 years. And last night we had our first fight. I didn't fight, but my guy who I train with fought. That's me here, and it was so fun. My youngest was with us as well, and my guy won his first fight. So we did that last night. Little shout out to my buddy Dan Michelin. I think you're on here as well, but congrats, Glockenspiel for my guy. So that's a little bit of something about me. I love the sweet science of boxing. I took it up 2.5 years ago, and I've just become absolutely obsessed. I wanted to share this. We got this in the Discord community this morning. Cap shared. I just thought this was really, really funny because we had a class yesterday, and he said, I must listen to the replay again. I'm learning, but my accounts are doing so well. How long can I say I'm new here? I love the education. So, Cap, thank you for sharing. You can be a newbie as long as you'd like, but I am so thrilled that you are making some money. So here's our run trade, guys. Run we shared in our all access community for $1.12. We took it off for $2.89. We love being long solar right now. I always like to share in the community, everybody making over 100% on run. 192, 187%, 200. So all in all, really, really great trades. But the trade that I shared with you guys, free for everybody, was this one in CSIQ. Today's January 23rd. This is the entry date, January 9th, 2026. We are going to do a little trade management on this position. This was the trade we shared with everybody. Now, when you do this trade, CSIQ, when we got in, it's $141 of risk. You can't lose any more. That's what people don't understand about options. They're like, options are so scary. I can lose so much money. No, stock can be scary. You can lose so much money. But if I pull up CSIQ, and if some of you guys got in this trade, who got in the CSIQ trade? Will you give me a yes or raise your hand or something cool like that? CSIQ, January. The thing is, guys, it's the risk. It's only $141 of risk. If you did 10 of them, it's $1,410. And you can never lose more. I got all the yeses coming up. Awesome. I love that you guys are in this trade. So now watch. This trade right now, you could take it off for $330 and you invest 140 and you take 330 out. And that's a really cool trade. But I don't want to do that because I think solar is going to continue to trade higher. I think strongly that SCOTUS will turn down tariffs. I think solar and copper related companies will continue their strength. But we want to lock in profit here, guys. So how can we do that? Let me take a sip of water. CSIQ, I want to lock in profit, but I don't want to take the trade-off. So the trade that I like, these 26s, let's sell those for $1.20. Okay? The 26 strike for $1.20. Let me show you what that does. So the 26 strike for $1.20. We're long the 21 strike from $1.40, right? $1.41, but I'm going to do $1.40 for easier math. Watch how this takes off risk. It's $140 to start. Well, this is a credit. So now there's only 20 cents of risk if you do this trade, this vertical call spread. We start with the 21s, and as position management, we sell the 26s. The most that we can lose on this trade now is $20 per contract. What's the most that we can make on this trade, a one lot, if CSIQ trades above 26? CSIQ right now is trading 23. If CSIQ trades above 26 in these next 28 days, what's the most we can make? Fuck yeah. You guys got it. Heck yeah. The difference between the strikes, 5 minus 20 cents. So the most that we can make now is $480 of profit on $20 of risk. Those are the trades that we want to flood our portfolio. $20 of risk, we could still lose it. CSIQ could come out with accounting fraud and trade 15. Who cares? We would lose our $20. But if solar is correct, every $20 you invest turns into 480. That's how we manage a position. That's how we keep ourselves in position to make really big, extraordinary gains. So hope that makes sense. If you are not familiar with this trade, January 9th, go back and watch MIT Live. They're all on YouTube. It's a great way that you can, for one, hold me accountable. There's so much nonsense on the internet. I want you to hold me accountable. Go back. I walked you through the exact trade, the reason for the trade. Now, we don't want to take the trade off. CSIQ's up 7.5% today. I think CSIQ is going to go way, way higher. I want to do this to manage the trade, to take off risk while still keeping ourselves in position to make oodles and oodles of money. Okay? That makes sense? Check mark, glockenspiel, and we'll move on. What else we got to move on to? I don't really have much to move on to, so I'm just going to pull up a chart. It's Friday. You guys have any questions? Anything I can help with? I am bullish. Why am I bullish? Because risk is leaving this market. Here's another thing that we circled earlier in the week. The VIX trades up to its expected move and fails. The VIX stays within its expected move 76% of the time. So when it trades up there on Monday, the odds are, the probabilities are telling us that it's going to fall back within that expected move. And so what can we expect after that? The markets will naturally rally. As risk comes out of the markets love to rally. Oodles and oodles of profits. More. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you guys haven't tried the challenge yet, that is the easiest and quickest way to get into the MIT community. We're also going to be sharing 2 new earnings trades this coming Monday. So if you're not in the Earnings Advantage program, you're going to want to check that out. Do I expect oil to stop? Oil's falling. I'll give you a little. You know what I do like? I like refiners. I like refiners more than I like oil. But let's look. I'll show you how I look at the oil market. I do not look at anything in isolation. I do not believe that silver is expensive. I do not believe that gold can be expensive. silver and gold can be expensive or inexpensive relative to each other. Gold or oil, CL, can be expensive to heating oil or to RBOB gasoline. So if we look at all of these together, we look at natural gas too, because natural gas is flying. I don't know why I have to say things like that. It sounds so weird. This isn't presenting very well. It's because natural gas. Just give me a second here. This is how I'm usually going to look at these markets, guys. Everything is relative to one another. I really don't look at anything in isolation, which allows me to really look at these markets independently. Like I feel like I don't have much skin in the game. I look at it from outside in. Hey, Joe, I just went over that trade. If you could watch it back, CSIQ, the original trade was shared on January 9th. Today, I talked about trade management. I do think oil is going to be inexpensive to heating oil here, by the way. That's not a terrible trade. I'd have to look at it more to find the proper way to express that. But yeah, I do think oil will go up. I'm not sure exactly how to express that just off the dome. Oh, I have to go back to sharing my screen. Yeah, I was just talking about that. I do think oil will rally. I'll show you the chart that I was showing. But I don't really have an oil trade off the top of my head at all. But I do like the refiners, guys. And I do like the refiners because the crack spread is turning and it's strong. Yellow is going to be the crack spread. If I was going to do anything, I would want to be long refiners. Here's my list of refiners. We are long refiners in some of our programs. Here's the list of refiners. Those I think are cheap. Yeah, for sure. I absolutely love the copper plays, guys. I love copper right now. We are long copper in many of our services as well. I absolutely love copper, bullish copper. Check it out, guys. Check out the challenge. It'll get you on the inside. And yeah, you see the trades that we share. They're going to come with a story behind them, some substance behind them, like the solar trade. So thank you guys all for watching. What I always do is hop off and I go to all access. I pull up the Discord and we go over some of our open positions. So everybody in all access, you guys hang tight. Everybody else, have a lovely weekend and we'll be back Monday. Hey guys, hopping back on. Discord's coming up. Can you guys see me? Once you can see me, let me get a yes.